Hi, I'm Sean O with Robot Coupe Pro. You know, we've been talking to you about the Robot Coupe R30 vertical cutter mixer, and we've taken you through how it works, how to clean it, how to take apart the blade set, everything you need to know about how to operate the machine. Now we're going to show you a couple more things about what the machine can do. Now, vertical cutter mixers have been used for many things, and they can do lots of things. They're meant to grind, chop, puree, emulsify, blend, bring anything down to a finer state. But one of the things that people overlook and don't know is what a great dough mixer a VCM is. Today we're going to take you through making a 25-pound dough ball, and we're going to show you how to do it in the Robot Coupe VCM. Okay, so like with any good pizza dough, we have to start with the dry ingredients. So we're going to weigh out our dry ingredients. We're going to do it right here on the Taylor TE22, and we're going to show you how this works. Our recipe, this is a smaller machine, a 30-liter machine. So we're going to do 12.5 pounds of flour and 8.5 pounds of water, and we're going to show you how this works. First, we're going to do the dry ingredients. So we're going to do 12.5 pounds of flour. I'm going to put that in right here. We're moving on up. Also in this recipe is a little bit of semolina. Adds a little crunch in the crust. Really a neat thing. So we're going to keep going. We need 12.5 pounds. And producer Doug, why don't you come on over here and take a look at this when we finish the dry. Okay, well we're almost there. We're looking for 12.5 pounds. Now watch this. We're going to go right up to 12 and 8. Oh, 9.5. Oh well, you know what? It's close enough. This is a really good dough batch. So, 12.5 pounds. Now that's dry. We need 1 ounce of yeast. We're going to go to 10.5. Watch that go up right there. Coming around, we're going to go to 10.5 for 1 ounce of yeast. Here it comes right there. There you go. A little bit more. 1/10 of an ounce right there. The Taylor scales are the most precision scales you can get out in the market. That's why I use them. We've got our flour. We've added our yeast. Now we're going to do kosher salt. We need 1.5 ounces. So that's, let's see, 10.5. That's going to go to 12 and 12 ounces. So watch that go from 10.5 through 11. Let's go to 12 ounces. Right there, 12 pounds and 12 ounces. Just a little bit more. There we go. That's our dry ingredients for this batch. We're going to go ahead and put it in the VCM. All of our dry ingredients go into the VCM. Now we're going to go measure out our wet ingredients. All right, so we're finishing up with our wet ingredients. I've got 8.25 pounds of water. We're going to add 5 ounces of olive oil. And I'll just watch the scale as that goes up. And almost there. 5 ounces of olive oil just adds a little bit of texture. It helps the dough come around. There it is. Okay, we're going to finish up with the dry ingredients over here at the machine. So we had 12.5 pounds of flour, we've got salt, we've got 1 ounce of yeast. We're going to do 1.5 pounds of semolina. Now semolina is hard durum wheat. It's used for pasta, but what it does in a pizza dough is it adds just a little bit of crunch and it helps the crust. Now we've got the dry ingredients in the machine. Before we mix our dough, what we're going to do is we're going to set up the machine to run. Everything's set, the safeties are all in line, so we've got 2 green lights, we're ready to roll. And I'm just going to run a couple of seconds to fluff that flour, put some air into it, and to mix all the ingredients. So we're just going to pulse that twice. That's all we did is pulse it twice. Now we're ready to go. We've got fully mixed and there's air in it. It's nice and fluffy. It's as if you sifted it. That's what this step takes care of. Now we're going to grab our wet ingredients. We're going to come back. It's very simple. Put the wet right on top of the dry ingredients. We've got the wet ingredients added. We're going to close the lid. Now the fun part. We're going to add time. This dough batch is going to run for 45 seconds. We're going to do an entire 20-pound dough ball in 45 seconds. This is going to be really neat to watch, so check this out. Okay, we've got our dry ingredients. We've got our wet ingredients. We've set our time for 45 seconds. We're ready to roll. And we're going to run on low speed. Producer Doug's going to get in nice and tight. We're going to watch this become a dough ball in 45 seconds. You ready? Here we go. Okay, we've run for 45 seconds only. The point I really want to make today is most standard mixers, when you're doing a batch of pizza dough, generally have to run 10 to 15 minutes. If you have a large pizza store, you might be running 8, 10, 15 batches of dough. Usually that mixer's running all day long. This is a way to make your life easier, get it done quicker, and get more done so you can go on to do something that's more important. Come on over here and take a look. 45 seconds, completely mixed, ready to go. You can ball it, put it away to proof right this minute. Be really good tomorrow and the day after. This is a 24-hour recipe that I'm doing right here. It's pretty good 2 days, 3 days. I've used it out 4 or 5 days. It's fantastic. 45 seconds though, and look, completely formed. What happens is that the revolutions of this machine are so fast, it replicates the 10 to 15 minutes that a mixer runs, creating all of that dough and doing all the revolutions. So it does it all in a short amount of time. It also goes so fast that it just barely heats the dough right to the perfect temperature to activate that yeast and get it going. A VCM is a really, really great way to do dough. We've done cheese in this. You can do your sauce. This can take the place of your big mixer and do much, much more for you. So you ought to check out the Robot Coupe vertical cutter mixers. Remember to stay tuned to the Rest Equip Pro channel because we're always trying to bring you the very best. Because I'm Sean O, the Rest Equip Pro.